Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss regarding the next topic in waves, that is characteristic impedance of string. Characteristic impedance of a string to transverse waves. Okay, characteristic impedance of string to transverse waves. Actually, see, if any media, if any waves traveling in any media, if any waves traveling in any media, the media will apply some resistance to the waves. It will always oppose the waves. Okay, if the waves are moving in medium, that medium will oppose some resistance. That resistance is what here? Impedance. Impedance is nothing but what? Resistance only. Okay, so here we are talking regarding strings. Okay, in strings, what waves will be produced? Transverse waves will be produced. So it is transverse impedance, characteristic impedance of a transverse waves. Characteristic impedance of transverse wave. Because here we are taking a string, the string itself oppose the waves in the string. Okay, the string, if there is no, what we can say, if there is no any media, the inertia and elasticity will play the major role for the impedance. Okay, if there is no any medium, then what we can call the elasticity and inertia will plays a major role for the impedance. See, if you take any waves like electric waves, even though the electric waves, they will pass through the conductors. The conductor itself produce some impedance, some resistance to the current or flow of electrons to not move in the conductor. Okay, there is some impedance, there is some resistance offered by the conductor. Okay, similarly, here the waves in a string. Okay, the string itself opposes the waves in the string. That characteristic impedance of string we are going to find. Okay, so according to definition of characteristic impedance, Z is equal to transverse force by transverse velocity. It is the ratio of transverse force by transverse velocity. Okay, so that is what characteristic impedance is denoted by Z. Z is equal to transverse force by transverse velocity. Okay, here in this topic we consider one figure here. This is what? A string. In that string, we are producing what? Transverse waves. Okay, forced vibrations. Transverse forced vibration. How can we produce the forced vibrations in a string? By plucking of the string. Here we are taking on an ideal string of length infinity and the tension T. Okay, we are taking an ideal string of length infinity and tension T, and we are producing some force vibrations at the end of the string along x-axis. Okay, at x is equal to 0. What is the force we are applying here? Driving force F naught cos omega t. We are pulling the string along y direction. Okay, F naught cos omega t. This is the applied force. Okay, F naught cos omega t. And there is another force which is opposite to it, that is tensional force T sin theta, which is always opposite to the applied force F naught cos omega t. We are plucking the string upwards. We are stretching the string along the x direction. Okay, infinite string and tension T. We are applying some driving force here to produce what we can say force vibrations. How much force we are applying? Driving force F naught cos omega t, which is always opposite to the tensional force. When we release that string, what happens? It will move opposite direction. That is due to the tensional force in the string. The tensional force T sin theta is always opposite to F naught cos omega t. Okay, here we wrote that F naught cos omega t is always opposite, so minus T sin theta, which is always opposite, and the angle theta is very small, hence this sin theta will become tan theta. But what is tan theta? Slope is nothing but what? Dou y by dou x. Here we are taking it x is equal to 0 because at x is equal to 0 we are applying the force here. Okay, at one end, right? So like that we got this expression t tan theta is equal to minus, sorry, t tan theta is equal to, here see minus t tan theta, here sin theta is equal to tan theta because theta is very small. Okay, so which will equal to how much? Minus t tan theta is nothing but what? Dou y by dou x. At x is equal to 0 we are taking. Now here we are going to find this dou y by dou x value. Which value we are going to find? Dou y by dou x value. Let us consider this equation as 1. So f naught cos omega t is equal to minus t dou y by dou x. Here we are going to find this dou y by dou x value. We don't know that value we are going to find. Here, what is the displacement of the wave along y direction? The solution of this wave is f of x comma t is, y of x comma t is equal to a sin 2 pi by lambda dt minus x. This is the solution. Okay, this is the solution of this wave. Now, differentiate this equation with respect to x. Dou y by dou x. We will get how much? Minus x, that's why minus 2 pi by lambda will take common. So minus a 2 pi by lambda, the differentiation of sin theta is cos theta. So cos 2 pi by lambda dt minus x. We got dou y by dou x this much. Next we are going to find, we are differentiating this equation with respect to t. Okay, with respect to t we will get dou y by dou t is equal to how much? Same here, but we will get v here outside. So 2 pi v by lambda, a 2 pi v by lambda cos 2 pi by lambda dt minus x. Okay, so like that we got this expression. Now we are going to find, here we are dividing these two equations. We are dividing these two equations. Dou y by dou x by dou y by dou t. A will gets cancelled. 2 pi by lambda, 2 pi by lambda will gets cancelled. We will get how much? Cos theta cos, these two values will get cancelled. Minus 1 by v, minus 1 by v will remain same. So dou y by dou x by dou y by dou t. Dou y by dou x by dou y by dou t. How much we got? Minus 1 by v. Send this dou y by dou t here. We will get this value. Okay. So dou y by dou x is equal to, dividing this equation, dou y by dou x by dou y by dou t is equal to minus 1 by v here. 2 pi by lambda, 2 pi by lambda, a gets cancelled. Cos theta gets cancelled. So at last we get how much? Dou y by dou x by dou y by dou t is equal to minus 1 by v. We are sending this dou y by dou t that side. So dou y by dou x is equal to minus 1 by v, dou y by dou t. Dou y by dou t. We got this value. Now at x is equal to 0. Here at x is equal to 0. We are taking this value at x is equal to 0. Okay. What we will get? I am taking these values. Okay. I am noting these values. See here. Dou y by dou x at x is equal to 0 is equal to, we are going to find this value. Dou y by dou x. Isn't it? Substituting this value here. We will get the, we will get whatever the value we are going to find. That is net value. Okay. So here dou y by dou x is equal to x is equal to 0. We are finding this value. Minus 1 by dou y by dou t x is equal to 0. Dou y by dou t x is equal to 0. How much we got? Dou y by dou x at x is equal to 0 is equal to minus 1 by v. Dou y by dou t, how much we got? Just now we got that value. A into 2 pi by v by lambda. Okay. Cos of omega 2 pi by lambda. Cos of 2 pi by lambda into vt minus x. But at x is equal to 0 we are saying. So 0, x value will become 0. So we got how much value? Minus 1 by v a, 2 pi by v by lambda, cos 2 pi by lambda vt. Okay, but we know that omega is equal to 2 pi mu, which is equal to 2 pi by v by lambda, because mu is equal, v is equal to mu lambda, or mu is equal to how much mu is equal to V by lambda. So V by lambda will become what? Here nu. So this will become omega. So here also omega t and this is also omega. So at last we will get this value as minus 1 by V A. This all will become omega. Omega cos and omega t. Minus 1 by V A omega cos omega t. Again here this value A omega is our velocity amplitude, that is V naught. A omega value is V naught. Okay, so here this can be written as we are finding rho by x, isn't it? So this is equation 1. We have to, after getting the rho by x, we have to substitute equation 1. We will get the other values. Okay, right? We got A omega is V naught. So this will become what? Dou y by dou x at x is equal to 0 is equal to minus 1 by V naught cos omega t. V naught cos omega t. So we got this value minus 1 by V naught cos omega t. Substitute this dou by dou x at x is equal to 0 in this equation 1. Let us consider it as equation 2. Substitute equation 2 in equation 1. We will get how much here? F naught cos omega t. F naught cos omega t is equal to minus 1 by because we got which is equal to f naught cos omega t is equal to how much? Minus t into minus 1 by t, because dou by dou x we got this value. So this value is substituted here. Minus t into minus 1 by v naught cos omega t. Here cos omega t is cancelled. Minus into minus plus. So at last f naught is equal to t by v naught. F naught is equal to t by v naught. V naught is the velocity amplitude. V is the velocity of transverse force. So F naught is equal to t by v naught. But according to the definition of characteristic impedance of a spring, Z is equal to transverse force amplitude by transverse velocity amplitude, that is F naught by V naught. Okay, what according to definition of characteristic impedance, Z is equal to transverse force by transverse velocity, that is F naught by V naught. Just saying F naught here, V naught here, what will get? We will get Z value. Here, at last we will get Z value is equal to how much? F naught by V naught, okay, is equal to T by V, isn't it? If you send F naught here, okay, it will become what? Z is equal to F naught by V naught, which is equal to T by V, tension by velocity. But we know that what is tension here? Under root. We know that frequency mu is equal to under root T by mu. So T by m. Square term goes as mu square is equal to T by mu, or T is equal to mu into mu square. So this can be written as here in place of T by V, we can written as what we can written mu square by V. Okay, like that we can also write those equations, right? So here, whatever the tension T, Z is equal to F naught by V naught T by V, but T is equal, we know that mu is equal to frequency is equal to under root T by mu. So from that we can get T is equal to mu square mu. Like that we can write mu square by under mu square by V. Okay, so like that we can write these equations, right? So at last we got the Z value is how much? The characteristic impedance is T by V. We can write. Okay, so this is what characteristic impedance of, that is the ratio of tension to the velocity. The ratio of tension to the velocity. Tension of the spring to the velocity is the characteristic impedance. Nothing but what? Whatever the string, whatever the impedance it depends upon tension of the string and velocity of the wave. How much velocity, that much of impedance will be occur. So when we are going on the bike, air resistance will be come opposite direction to us, isn't it? How much velocity if you are going, that much of opposite air velocity will be come to you to oppose your motion. Similarly here also, the velocity and tension are responsible for the impedance in the string. Okay, thank you. In the next class we will see the another topic, right?